Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We got some work testing here with some red hybrid, a little bit proxied against Sukamon. Not finding the opening rookie, but they will find the marquee, which is going to find them the rookie going second. Going to be able to play that over. Do have a memory tamer though, so now going to swing in. Not going to get the deletion, instead hit the Cooties kick, which will let them play the gaogamon straight to the field. So pretty solid value out to immediately get the trash and draw, setting up a Sukamon with name in trash. 3 memory to play with. We don't really want to burn the mem tamer just yet, but we are going to do so. Burning Greymon is going to push us straight up to 10k. Swinging at security is going to hit it and gain the memory back, so we have refunded it. And the spicy tech coming in. The Analog Youth reveals a hybrid, a tamer, and the Veemon, which is going to set up a Flamon in trash. Evo over, which is going to pop the Sukamon. Checks top 3 in response. And they do see a target, so I'm going to take the Sukamon. And that's a second. That's actually 3 Sukamons in trash now, so King Sukamon is live already. Going to Gravity Crush to keep it going. Evo for 1. And that is going to clear the board. Evo for 1 again, just cycling, looking for that extra tamer. I'm going to use the Veemon in order to play the tamer, the memory tamer Takuya. So we basically switched over the board pretty safely. Do obviously have that Gravity Crush, which is going to give over that 5 memory. King Sukamon is going to then turn that Aldermon stack into poop. Return to trash. And we're going to see the Etamon. It's going to be an expensive drop, but is going to drop the Sukamon, going to minus 3k and sec minus 1, but the minus 3k is going to be enough. But the Analog Youth is going to gain us the memory and hatch the egg, but we were hatching an egg anyway. But still, a little bit of extra memory gain. If it wasn't for the fact that obviously the Etamon does cost 7, would have been a nice little way to steal turn with the memory tamer, but now we've got plenty to play with. Flame on in the back, Fireball, no target, so it will draw 2. Just cycling for cards at the moment. We do have the red tamer, so the Flame on can actually swing, but now actually it's taken off. Another 10k boost off of it. I'm going to double Atomic Inferno, swing in for the 3 checks. Gain the memory back. That's all those rookies. The Digivolve, Digidimension actually going to clear the entire board. Do it in the right order, so that way we actually get the Takuya back, which then gives us the red tamer. Going to use a Flamon to search for the piece that we're looking for. Don't have enough in trash to do the warp. It's the wrong Takuya for the warp anyway, and we are going to actually have a misplay here. That tamer should have been suspended. Made it this far. Do always appreciate the support, so make sure to like and subscribe. Game number 2. Just opening up. That 1 cost Evo does throw a lot of people off. We're going to also back with the Analog Youth again. Find Burning Grey, and it's going to send the Agunimon and the Takuya to trash. And now we actually have the new Aldermon live. Digivolve for 1, thanks to the Chumon. I'm going to go into the blocker, just set up that early aggression. Now we have the option to push out a Raising. We're not going to though, because we don't have a red tamer. We're not going to find one off the Boko either. Going to take the 1 cost Burning Grey cycle. We don't really want to give them a whole lot of memory, so I'm just going to play the new Flamon. Going to pitch the Burning Grey, which is going to set up all the pieces we need for that Aldermon warp. Once we see a Takuya, and we're still just digging for one, still can't find one. We do have the new Chumon in the back, so great position really for the Sukamon player. We're going to drop the Sukamon anyway, and then Evo over for 3. And they are going to trash the King Suka from hand, pop the Flamon, which sets up another hybrid in trash. Probably could have gone for the Boko instead. Going to use the Veemon to play the drawn Takuya for free. And we do want to Evo, but we're just going to go into Agunimon in the back, so it means if it does die, we can play the Flamon for free and try and get a couple more searching effects going. No aggression coming out on either side yet. Going to see the Izzy. Just we've got Bokomon and Veemon left. 2 memory, no memory tamer. And if if the Agunimon does swing, then it'll actually proc the Etamon because it is actually 7k with the Flamon underneath it. That makes things kind of difficult because we do want to swing to try and proc the deletion effect. Instead he's going to let it through, and they do get parabolic junk. So there's plenty of memory that could go their way next turn. I'm thinking how we can make our way around this. Evo for 3 if that goes over that Agunimon because there's no tamer. Gonna Gravity Crush and we're gonna Evo for 3 instead, which is gonna help us find the EmperorGreymon. But reading the card after you've played it, it requires the red tamer in order to just make the deletion based on its own DP rather than having a hybrid for it. So that is going to be whiffing on the deletion effect. Actually, no, it could have deleted the blocker Etamon. Looking at it. Blocker Etamon is a 6k, not a 7k. So, slight misplay there, probably should have popped it. But the Chumon staying in the present. A mistake there, they put the Zwart on the top 3 with the Izzy. Forgot that Zwart is actually a white Digimon, which meant that it is going to get bottom decked by the Pagumon, so that is really, really rough. Either way, they will just continue. We ball, and we do find King Sukamon and King Sukamon, so really there's no other option. He's going to turn something... Actually, no, whip on the poop effect. But, since they're both 11, the Metaletamon can actually crash in, use its Inherit to kill off that freshly played King Sukamon, which means that they'll be able to actually kind of just crash in through the value. Other alternative one would have been to let it die with that Cuties kick they revealed earlier. Get to play a Takuya off of it, and then the Veemon lets us use the Takuya, use the Analog Youth to rehatch. Again, can't do too much with it. But still, whilst they were able to get value in keeping a body on the board and clearing our biggest stack, they now actually set up 3 tamers, and we have the Pokemon still live. Obviously we did leave 2 blockers on the board because we misread the whiffing on the deletion. It looks like we're going to be going for our first warp. Get them in the right order. Set them under Takuya. Actually going to whiff on the warp, never mind. Using it to get the 5 sources to give us a big inherit stack. Spurning Greymon will not be dying in security, that is for sure. Now, how do we go from here? There's an Atomic Inferno in hand. And there are 2 blockers and there's kind of no way around it. It's likely that if they both die, then we are going to be looking at a float no matter what. We're a little bit paranoid here. If we go into the level 5, it means the Analog Youth can protect us should something bad happen to it. Evo for 1. And now that's swinging for like just under 20k. We are going to see the block come through. It's going to play the Chumon Suspended. And then we are going to float into the top 5, see the Metaletamon off the first hit. That will bottom deck those 5 pieces. Keep that deck nice and stacked, and then we get to cycle for 4. We're getting closer to the Zwart we got rid of earlier. Could do the Sec -1 and 3k in order to pop one of the Veemon or Boko. Or they could have gone super wide. Obviously we've revealed before that we do have plenty of board clear before. We are going to get rid of the King Sukamon. Let's give the Sec -1, -3k. It did get the block though, so the Atomic Inferno is going to give us back the 3 memory. It's actually why we dropped it. We were expecting to get blocks. There were 2 Etamons. They were kind of showing their hand there. Veemon going to swing over the Chumon. They're actually going to block this. Not going to block this one. Just let it die. And they're definitely playing for that delete and float. EmperorGreymon going to Evo pop the freshly played Metaletamon because it doesn't have the protection. Although technically there's no Sukamon, so it could have actually popped the other one that had protection. And unfortunately, because we kind of went for the meme warp, we don't have the pieces to warp into that EmperorGreymon off of the new Takuya. So instead, I'm going to use the Flamon off of that. So yeah, the quick Evo of how that happened, it happened pretty fast. Evo into the Agunimon, swing into the Metaletamon, die, use the Nemon Nord to play back the Takuya, and it sets up another hybrid in trash. And then thanks to the Flamon being played out, suspended off the Agunimon, it gives us our 5th hybrid, which then is going to swing in for the Blitz. If they block it, it's going to cause us to gain back the memory and unsuspend. So it's whether they take the 4 memory or they just let the Metal Etamon die. So we've now cleared 2 of them. I don't know if that's all 4 Metal Etamons that we've seen now, because then the blocker is only there just to block. And they were given 3 memory. We're going to see the Cooties come in for 1. Etamon is going to swing in. Dies to the EmperorGreymon. Trying to find the float. Is going to hit into the Metal Etamon as the 5th check. And that lets them search for more. So they actually can double hit into the Sukamon and the Chumon. We are kind of in danger of dying, but they have gotten rid of both of their blockers now. Going to go for the sec -1. Oh, actually, no. It doesn't even get the sec -1. No Sukamon in hand. They dug already. That's the last Metaletamon in the decks. There's 4 of them. Haven't found the Zwart yet. Okay, we do have a Sukamon. Evos for 2. Still can't find it. If they could find the Zwart, then they'd be able to go into the blocker once again. Quite a wide board, but so do we. They've got quite a wide board, but so do we. 0 memory. Basically everyone in danger of getting swung over. Basically everyone in danger of getting swung over. Main out is DG Dimension because it does. Main out is DG Dimension because it does Digivolve 3, and then you can pick technically 3 different targets. Or the Digivolve the hybrid, turn the Takuya, or the EmperorGreymon back down. First, turn the Takuya into a hybrid. We're gonna swing first as the only Digivolve, and then end up popping anything left 3. So that thins the board actually pretty well. Other 3, so that thins the board actually pretty well. The main problem is just whether we find a hybrid. The main problem is just whether we find a hybrid because there's actually no DP things in the Takuya stack. There's actually no DP things in the Takuya stack. Going to swing for a hell of a lot. 2 checks. Gonna hit the Cooties kick, but actually there's an Aldermon in that stack. Didn't realize it until well after. Unfortunately, Cooties kick gonna give the trash. So they've got basically nothing they can come back with. But yeah, that Cooties kick technically shouldn't have gone off. There wasn't a Agunimon in the stack. Didn't read everything through the stack there. Kind of just saw the top Aldermon wasn't in. Just gonna swing in the piercing check. Agunimon. They're going for 2. This is also a 2 check thing, so probably did this in the wrong order. Probably could have gone for the Agunimon first to burn the 2 checks and then rookie for game, but we do have the hybrid to finish things off. Once again, if you've made it this far, do always appreciate the support, so make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.